Growing Stronger Together is a podcast developed by faculty at East Tennessee State University for people who care about children and families. We appreciate support provided for the podcast by Ballad Health's Department of Population Health and Tennessee Department of Health's Maternal Mortality Prevention Program. Our Moms on Monday series features topics important for the health and well-being of mothers, including expectant moms. Today, we're continuing our series on the Strong ACC organizational partners. I am host Dr. Karen Skatsina, and am thrilled to welcome our guest today, Megan Meisenthal. Megan is the director of the Strong Starts program at Ballad Health Niswonger Children's Network. Welcome to the show, Megan.
Thank you for having me.
So, before we get started, we do not have any conflicts of interest to disclose. Could you talk a little bit more about your role at Ballad Health and your career path?
Yeah. So, like Dr. Skatsina said, my name is Megan Meisenthal, and I'm the director of the Strong Starts program at Ballad Health. It's under the Population Health program, and it is a Ballad Health funded program. I have been the director for a little over a year. Previously served as the manager of the program, and then before that, I was the trauma injury prevention coordinator at Niswonger Children's Hospital. As the director of the program, I oversee the development of the program, strategic planning, and outreach. So basically making sure that the program is accessible to everybody in our service area, and ensuring that everybody is aware of our program, what it entails, and then ensuring that the program is what we tell people that it is. So ensuring that it's a quality experience for anybody involved, and that our navigators have everything that they need to be sure to provide that quality experience.
And that's definitely an important role, as this is a relatively new and rapidly growing program. So just for our listeners, it serves the Appalachian Highlands, the region of Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia.
Correct. Yeah. So we serve the Ballad Health territory. So that's 29 counties, serving 10 in Northeast Tennessee, 11 in Southwest Virginia, and then bordering counties in North Carolina and Kentucky. And really, as long as the patient or family is inside of one of those counties, we can serve them through our program.
Perfect. So tell us about the Strong Starts program. What is it and what needs does it address in the region?
Yeah, so the Strong Starts program is a social care navigation program. Basically, just a fancy way of saying that we're a support program that's focused on those health-related social needs or social determinants of health. So we're really focused on the environment that the family is in, making sure that they have financial stability, access to food, and access to various resources in order to have all of the needs met for the family. So that could be child supplies or lactation resources, or even parenting education. And then also access to social support groups. So maybe they need to know about reading times or play times at the library. Then we can help with navigation to those resources as well. So our team is embedded in 26 different sites. That includes OBGYN clinics at ETSU and then also Ballad Health Medical Associates. We're also in the ETSU pediatric office and ETSU or BHMA pediatric offices, and then the 7 labor and deliveries throughout the system. And those navigators, their job is to identify new clients and to go in and screen them for those social needs. And then from there, based off their list of social needs, we're working to find resources to meet those that are convenient for them or applicable. So, we obviously don't want to refer someone in Hancock County to a resource that might be in Johnson County. So really making sure that the resources are individualized to the family. And so that navigator works to build a really strong relationship and really try to help the family access that resource in whatever way that is possible for that family. So that's the program in a nutshell, but we do serve anybody that's expecting. So like I said, we're in the OBGYN clinics. So we try to catch them as early and as close to confirmation as possible, in order to serve them prenatally. And then we'll serve that family until the child turns 5 and goes to kindergarten. So it's kind of a long period of time, but we do believe that, it's a very vulnerable state for any caregiver or family, is that prenatal period, and then up to age 5 during the really crucial areas of growth for a child.
Absolutely. So you mentioned the geographic region that you serve. Are there any other requirements or for eligibility to join the program?
So there's no other requirements. They just need to live in the 29 county service area, and then also be either expecting a child or have a child under the age of 5 in the home. The really, I don't want to call it cool, but the really nice thing about
to say
it's cool. The really nice thing about our program is that caregivers can look different than just a biological parent, and we recognize that. We have a lot of grandparents raising their grandchildren, and so when we think of a caregiver in that infant to age 5 time and space, we recognize that the caregiver could be a foster parent, it could be an adoptive parent, it could be a grandparent, like I mentioned, it could be an aunt, uncle, basically you name it. It probably could be, they could be a primary caregiver of a young child. So we don't look at just biological caregivers. We want to serve any caregiver, whatever that looks like, and ensure that they have the support that they need. And then in addition to that, if there's a parent that has lost custody of their child and really is actively looking to reunify with their children, we want to help with that reunification process. And so we can help navigate resources, help with understanding what DCS is communicating to them. And we really want to help advocate for them to have the resources that they need in order to do so, and not let them just sit there and feel like they have no hope. And so that's been a really beautiful part about our program. And I think oftentimes programs like this are very restricted to a certain insurance type or certain income level. And our program, we don't look at that. We want to help whoever, no matter what, and make sure that their story is heard and that they have the support in order to continue to write that story. So,
and I think that's really important that it's so inclusive, because everyone could use extra support when you're expecting a baby, raising a young child.
Yep.
So tell us a little more about what program participation looks like from the perspective of that parent or caregiver. What are the benefits, and what would they expect when they join the program?
Yeah, so at enrollment, whoever enrolls them, more than likely, 9 out of 10 times will be their navigator, which is really nice because they're embedded in their pediatric office or in their OBGYN clinic. So that navigator is going to tell them, I will reach out to you in 1 week, or I will reach out to you in 2 weeks, or I'll reach out to you in a month. So we have different cadences depending on the needs that need to be addressed. And then from there, that navigator is going to reach out on that cadence, whether that be by phone call, email, whatever works best for the client and is most convenient for them. And they're going to check in and say, how are you doing? And then let's work on some things that you said that you wanted to work on. And let's set some goals on where you see yourself, in a year, or where you see yourself even in 5 years. So it's really the navigator reaching out, building that relationship. I think from the client perspective, it helps if they answer the phone and participate. So just being willing to be open and participate and share what they're struggling with, I think that helps a lot on the navigator's end. And that also ensures that they're getting their needs met and that they're not sitting there alone and not being supported. So beyond that, the navigation piece is just one part of it. Our navigators are they're standing up like what we're calling family engagement and education programs. And so we've been doing this for a while and we're working on expanding it. But we do family playtimes and prenatal support groups. And those are based on the clinic navigator and their clientele. So whoever's on their caseload, they're going to invite them to come to either one of those engagement opportunities, and they're just trying to help them build a network. So if 3 expectant moms come, I've seen it. There's been like 5 at one, and all 5, they were able to talk about their commonalities and struggles, or what they're really looking forward to, and different things like that. And I think that we're better when we have other people to lean on. And so the support doesn't just have to come from the navigator. The navigator's trying to open up other avenues of support. So those specifically are 2 things that a participant can benefit from. And we offer free incentives if they come and participate.
Oh, wow.
So that's really exciting. But I can provide more specifics on.
Well, I would love for you to send us contact information, website, or social, and we can definitely include that in the show notes for this episode.
Okay.
That way, folks listening who might be interested in enrolling in the program, or maybe they're already in the program and want to check out a play group, learn more about that.
Yeah, that would be great. Our webpage has the entire schedule of the upcoming classes that we have. And again, they're in select areas at the moment, and we're looking to expand that out. And also on our webpage, you can enroll into the program by filling out a brief form, and then someone from our program will reach out within 48 hours to and do the entire enrollment process and assign the client or the prospective client into or assign them to a navigator. So, the webpage is a really great outlet to get a hold of us, and I can provide that. We also have a phone line that we man 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and that's 423-431-4844. And we have that manned, our navigators that are running the phone line. We have someone that speaks English and someone that speaks Spanish. So you press 1 for English and 2 for Spanish, and someone can assist and offer enrollment. Or if you just want to find out more about the program, that's a great phone line to call. And then we have our email, which I can also provide, but it's strongstarts@balladhealth.org. So we want to make sure that we're very accessible. And if anybody wants to enroll, we want to make sure that they have that opportunity. And if anybody's interested in learning more, we want to make sure that they can get a hold of us.
That's great. So there's lots of ways to get in touch, and
Yep.
we'll be sure to include all that information in the show notes. Let's talk a little bit about your Strong Starts navigators. What types of qualification or experience or training do your staff have for the program?
So when hiring our navigators, we really look at lived experience and then past experience with jobs. It's a wide variety. We are a team of 40, so everybody has a different background, which I think makes our team very unique. We've got some that have social work degrees, some that have family science degrees, they've got human service degrees, and then we've got others that have really valuable lived experience that they were able to navigate resources without any assistance, and they just want to help other people do what they did. And so it's a mixed variety of experience. When we do hire a navigator, we do a 90-day training period. And during that time, we work on a variety of certifications. And sometimes they fall outside of the 90 days. But CHW training is a big one. Right now, we have a majority of our team working on that because that's been a kind of a newer push to be able to get everybody certified. And so we have some that are already certified through what we call the impact model through PenMed. And now we're working on getting the rest of our team certified through the CHW Association for Tennessee. So we're really excited about that opportunity. It's a free training and anybody can access it. So we're excited about our team going through that. In addition to that training, we have a variety of other trainings that we send our team through. Majority of our team, there's child passenger safety technicians. And so they can help with car seat installations and answering any questions about those pesky, tricky car seats that I think most parents struggle with, no matter.
That's really helpful.
Yes,
Yes.
it's very helpful.
It's a challenge.
Yes. So our team is certified in that. And then we also have our team certified in Cribs for Kids safe sleep training, which is really valuable as well. And, part of the program is we want to provide safe sleep education and car seat education. And so that's built into our program, and our team is definitely certified to talk and educate on those two topics. And then we're also trauma-informed trained. Thankfully, through Ballad, we've got a training called Trauma-Informed Equity and Resiliency Training. And it's wonderful, and all of our team members are trained in that. And then we also send our team members through mental health first aid. So those are some of the, those are the core trainings that we send our team members through. And then they have additional trainings that we do throughout the year. We have we put a high importance on professional development and making sure that our navigators have every tool possible in their tool belt that they might need in order to best serve the clients that we're serving. So
that's great. So it sounds like a wealth of experience and training opportunities for navigators in your program. I know that Strong Starts is a partner in the Strong ACC, or Strong Accountable Care Community. Could you talk a little bit about how Strong Starts works with other Strong ACC partner organizations to support the health and well-being of children and families?
Yeah. So the Strong ACC has been very valuable to our program, with it being made up of numerous organizations that serve our community. Obviously, that's very much in line with what we do. So we utilize a lot of the partners from the Strong ACC to help the clients that we serve. Specifically, kind of going back to the trainings, Frontier Health, Brandy Maltzberger, I think she has a different last name now, but she actually did the adult mental health first aid for my team. So that's a great partnership, and being able to find certifications and trainings. And then in addition to that, I think there's three partnerships that we've kind of developed through the Strong ACC. One being the Appalachian Promise Alliance, Samantha Gray with the Parenting Suite. We meet monthly, and she's actually right now training my team in Attached to the Heart, which is the full training name.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's been doing that, which has been a really great connection. And she's a wealth of knowledge, and that organization as a whole, they're a really great partner of ours. And then YWCA, we've been partnering with them to offer Moms R Us at Indian Path Community Hospital. And so we have a navigator there doing the case management portion and of their program. Well, they do the education portion, and that's been a really great partnership as well, and that continues to grow each week. And then the third partnership is the one that we have with you, which I would say the Strong ACC kind of helped with the development of that, but the Read and Play program and the Caring for Motherhood journals, we base our family playtime and prenatal support groups off of your books. So that's been a really great partnership that's flourished because of the Strong ACC, I feel like. And then I will say the Strong ACC staff and team, Beth Huber, she'll provide all kinds of resources to my team, and also professional development opportunities as well. So the Strong ACC, not just the organizations, but the people running the Strong ACC and doing a lot of the legwork, they have been very valuable to us and have been very helpful. So
I agree. I think the Strong ACC provides a lot of opportunities for collaboration and working together and collective impact. And it's just been a great way to get familiar with organizations in the region and their leadership. So we do have a previous podcast with Mark Cruz about the Strong ACC. Like I said, we're also featuring a number of organizational partners. You mentioned the Read and Play books. That's a program of the ETSU Department of Pediatrics. And we done a couple of previous podcasts on that program.
Yeah.
So thanks for that shout out. What kind of outcomes and benefits have you seen with the Strong Starts program?
There's been a lot of positive outcomes and benefits. We've been around for almost 3 years. So, there's been a lot of success stories. I think, obviously there's probably some metrics I could be throwing out about lactation rates or appointment adherence and things like that, which we could definitely do that. But I brought some mission moments, or what we call mission moments. And that really, these are from the navigators talking about success stories that they've had with clients, about clients becoming, overcoming obstacles, and really just a true story of resilience. So I thought I would read those and kind of give those navigators a shout out, just because I feel like they're the ones doing some incredible work and are really the ones that are helping with those outcomes. So we have this first one. It was a first-time mother that gave birth to her child, and she and her husband were living with extended family. The mom had already partnered with Chant, WIC, Nurse Family Partnership, and the Hope Center for Parenting Education. Upon enrollment in Strong Starts and throughout the family's journey with Strong Starts, mom repeated, "I want to be the best mother I can be." Strong Starts navigator, Catherine Fox, she worked to undergird what mom and dad were already doing. And as a household with community supports, the family has been able to accomplish great steps towards self-sufficiency. Dad was able to obtain better employment and then saw a pay increase. Mom and dad have been able to resolve the concern of only having one vehicle. And on top of that victory list, mom and dad were also able to move into their own income-based housing with their newborn. At each hurdle, the new family has been able to overcome, having begun their journey with Strong Starts as a Tier 3. So in our program, a Tier 3 is that they have probably an extensive amount of needs and need a lot of support. The family is now a Tier 1 with monthly support, and they are thriving on learning life skills to sustain them. When their CHN complimented mom on their efforts, mom replied, "It's because of all the wonderful people in our community who have supported and encouraged us to be the best parents we can be." And that's exactly what Strong Starts is about. Yeah. So, we've had a lot of outcomes just like this. We gauge outcome based on tier level. And, if they come in as a Tier 3 needing quite a bit of support, our hope is that by the end of the program, they leave as a Tier 0 and that they feel self-sufficient and feel like they're able to navigate the resources by themselves. So, that's a true success story. And like I said, we have many more just like that.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, thank you, Megan, for sharing about the Strong Starts program today. Is there anything else that you would like providers or families listening to know?
Yeah, I think the main thing on the provider end is that we really want to partner with you, and we want to make sure that we're helping with a total all-around care of the patient that you're serving. And so however we can do that, we want to do that. And, we know that 80% of someone's total health is related to social needs. And so we know that a big portion of their health outcomes can rely on the support that we provide. And so however we can be of support to the provider to provide that all-around care, please lean on us. Please let us know how we can assist. And if you're interested in learning more about how we can set up a referral pathway within your office, we would love to talk more about that. And then for the family, I think being responsive and being open to receiving the assistance, I think it's scary to ask for help. And I think in the region that we live in and with Appalachian culture, it's hard to ask for help. But just know that we wouldn't be offering it if we didn't want to help. And so I think if there's even just the slightest thing that you are concerned about, tell a navigator, and we're going to make sure that you get to the person you need to be with, or that you're getting the answer you need. So we want to make sure that everybody knows you're supported and that it's not a bad thing to ask for help.
Well, thank you again for everything that you and the Strong Starts program are doing in our region. I loved your final words of advice for providers and family members? It's okay to ask for help, and help's available.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
I think that there's a lot of exciting things happening within our program and a lot of growth. And so stay tuned and watch our webpage and the Ballot Health social media outlets to find out more about what's to come for Strong Starts. But yeah, if you're interested in enrolling, please reach out. We want to help. Our team's excited to serve you and your family. So
wonderful. Thank you again for talking with me today.
Thank you.